Hi friends, welcome to Andy Bricks, and I am so happy to be able to show you the Bounty Hunter Pursuit set 7133 from 2002. We're in 2026 and they're talking about, I don't know if Lego's talking about it, but there is word out there that we are getting this set remade in 2026. Now that would be so amazing, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but that would be so cool, wouldn't it? Now I've seen pictures of what it could look like, you know, I think people have mocked them up, but yeah, let's get into this because you just never know, you might see this in store this year. This came out with 259 parts or pieces, bricks, whatever you want to call them. Some of them aren't bricks, so yeah, so just pieces. 259 pieces. This set will cost you $699 if you can find it brand new. I'm sure it's out there. But that was the starting price on Brickset, where it has new and used. Used, this set will cost you $293, and it may not even come with a box or instructions. I was very fortunate I'd actually picked one up earlier that just had instructions and no box, and one of the minifigures, Zam, was cracked up the side of the torso, and then I saw this, that was on Trade Me. Then I saw this was before I even had my channel, when I was buying off of Trade Me. I haven't done that for a long time, but yeah, I was so fortunate to get this. I think I gave away my other set, which was a silly move probably, but yeah, like I say, Zam had a crack in her torso, and yeah, I didn't pay $300 for this, not by a long shot. I wouldn't know. I might have paid half that, maybe. Could have been $150. Honestly, can't remember. It was maybe in 2012 or 2013, 14, somewhere around there, possibly. I started my channel in 2016, so it was before that date. We got the minifigs on the side here in a one-to-one, so rendition, so that's what they actually look like. And we got more pictures. So Zam is a Claudite, I guess that's how you say that, and that's her alternate face as the alien as she dies on the outside the drinking establishment that Obi-Wan and come on Andrew, Obi-Wan and Anakin have just sort of arrested her there. In this picture you can see the back's open on the actual speeder, but I'm not sure why that's going on. It could be just to show you that it opens, because on the back of the box we get some movie shots, which is Zam, I think she's firing at Obi-Wan as he's coming towards her. There they are speeding around, and the awesome speeder it is. And there they go, Anakin and Obi-Wan going through the power couplings. I've always told you to stay away from power couplings. That's what Obi-Wan shouts out as he barks off at Anakin. So, alternate builds on the back. This is in the time of Just Imagine. So, we've got a helicopter made out of the parts, which is interesting, and they show you the Zam speeder, it crashes and the front of it all gets smashed up, but Lego's put in this little thing where you can actually make them fall off, like she's crashed but fallen off. And we have a couple of other sets showing at the bottom, 2 in that picture and 2 in that picture as well. What are we looking at there? I'm not sure. Oh, we've got a Technic battle droid. That's what that is, 8012, the Technic battle droid. And that one there that had Jedi Bob, which was very cool. Now, I was very lucky to get this in this packet. Actually, this comes with a couple of cool things I'd never seen before in a Lego set, and I wanted to share with you because I know you love Lego too. So we have some spare parts. There was a spare rubber band and goggles, a pin, the aerial lever thing, and a couple of studs, a clear trans red and a black one, and the goggles as I mentioned. And this was in the box as well. So this is what rubber bands came on, should I say, not in a cardboard box, but this thing here, and that is an actual Lego hole. You know, that blue pin there actually clicks into these holes here. For what reason, I have no idea, but there it is. And your spare rubber band. There's actually 2 in the set and a third one which was spare. And I'd never seen this before, and I've never seen it since. So I was very lucky to get those spare bricks and that piece as well, because I had no idea that actually existed. And this is 2002, so 23 years ago, I think, which is a stretch, a real stretch. You know, this sometime. So we are overdue for this set to be remade. Our instruction, which looks like the box, but what was in here was very interesting. I don't know if there's anything at the back of the instructions. We'll have a quick look. Can't remember quickly. Oh, more sets. So there's a couple of sets. I have these ones. The Gate and Qui-Gon I have in a box, but Obi-Wan that came with a couple of these battle what are they? The Destroyer Droideka. It comes with 2 Droidekas. I think, yeah, there's a bit of one over there. And the other set came with a couple of battle droids. But this is a super battle droid, I think. No, it's, I don't know what they call that actually. A Droideka rolling death ball or something. I don't know what they actually call it. I can't remember. I should have had a look. I watched episode 2 to see how close these sets are, and these tiny little things. I've got these boxes as well, which are very lucky. I got them second hand, but the boxes are all right. So we've got Vader and the only yellow Emperor we ever got, and this one here, which has a small amount of bricks, as you can see there. A Technic piece at the back, which I hadn't seen before. And yeah, small amount, and we've got Luke being marched off to the Emperor. This very cool set, I think I have reviewed on my channel, which I was lucky enough to pick up boxed. And we have that one there again as well, which I also have. Very fortunate to own those. on a big picture of that one there, which I also have. I don't think I have a box for that one. It just come with instructions and the set in a bag. And we have this set here, which great advertising. These don't have capes, but Anakin did have a cape. He's the same minifigure, but he's caped, and that was for that set there. And I think that is all we have. And there's a picture of our instructions, what they look like for the day in 2020. But I was very fortunate to. Oh, here's the back of the instructions. We got Yoda at the computer. This is what Lego looked like in 2002. Yeah, 2002. That's it. 2002. This was our Lego format, and that is the official fan club, I believe. No, it's not. It says Lego. There is somewhere here it says about the official fan club. Now, the interesting thing is, you get this picture there, so I'm wondering, I actually was supposed to bring this with me, but it's just up here, so I'll grab it quickly. Now, I brought this sealed, and I have showed it on my channel, but I never built it. And it was this here, which is a couple of years before this set here, and it's got a cardboard inner, which was what they did in the time back then. But these bags actually have what you're building on the bag, which obviously was happening for Star Wars as well, which I just think is so cool. Now, I wouldn't have known that if I didn't open that set, because I'd never seen them before, but I'm picking that this set had those pictures on its bags. Now, it came with two bags, one for one speeder and one for the other speeder, and we also had this inside. So it come with big bits of paper that have nothing on them except for what the bag may have looked like. Now, that was, the truck thing was 1999, so by 2002 they might have done away with the colour and just given us black and white pictures on the bags. I don't know, but that's what it looks like by the instruction. But it also came with this very cool piece, which you just don't get anymore. The quality of, you know, what they put into it. So you've got 2002 and what looks like Obi-Wan from episode 1, when they you know, go and see the Trade Federation. Anakin's got that short, Obi-Wan's got that short hair, he's a Padawan. But they show us this here, which he actually has long hair in that set. But yeah, and on the back of this, there's a whole lot of other goodies. Advertising. Legoland. I'd love to go to Legoland, I really would. We've got races, the soccer, and video games, I believe. Races 2, Island 2, and Bionicles. Now, I guess it says Game Boy at the bottom there, so can't quite make out the other word. Game Boy Bionicles. That's what. Game Boy Yeah, it's all Game Boy software. So they call that, yeah, it's got software written there, software. So very cool. Just amazing what, the extra they put in. We've got this big picture in the middle there of just Lego.com with Mall and the Cloud Car and other sets there. There's a big figure and a small figure. But yeah, very interesting to have gotten all that information. I was so lucky to land that. Especially these things here. I was blown away that these were in there as well. It's like, so much extra stuff. Just good of Lego to do that. Now, I'm going to whip the minifigs out. And we'll get into it. We'll look at them after the fact. Now, those two minifigures, Obi-Wan and Anakin, they come in one other set. And what we have in the back of their speeder, let me just trying to put this gun into Zam's hand. Oh, come on. Crack it just so easy when you're not got it on camera. Isn't it funny how that happens? And in the back of this piece here, this pops up and we have the lightsabers in there. So hopefully they'll just drop out. The blades are just the right width. So they sort of stick in there a little bit more. And they're rolling everywhere. Let me just sort them out so they don't go anywhere. And the chrome on these is just absolutely pristine. So I believe this would have been an adult owned set because the bricks are as fresh as the day they came out of the former. What we have here is their speeder, some nice prints on, these are droid bodies here. Unfortunately they are front heavy and they always drop down on the front, but we have a nice print on there as well. Prints there. These cool cups which I'd never seen before, which they've chromed. They were white. Nice chrome job on them. They're just fantastic. The trusty old Star Wars print there. These are supposed to be the what Anakin's steering the speeder with. There's so many bricks in here that these only were in one other set in yellow that I couldn't find any others, and so many other, these green things here were only in this set. So many bricks in here were just in one set, and yeah, just fantastic, just a great set. And yeah, like I say, I'm just absolutely so lucky to own this. There's not too much going on underneath. You can see a little bit of the build technique, but yeah, very thin apart from these here, and yeah, very interesting. These are just pinned in there. If I can pull them out. No, they're just on two Technic pins. I thought they actually popped out quite easy. No, don't start pulling it to bits. But yeah, just fantastic. Let me try and get a bit more light on it. And these engines were just a great print, but a little bit hard to catch. A little bit of copper in there, small amount, but very, very nice. It's almost the print is like cut in half, and it's the same on either side, and they're just the same piece. Both engines are identical, but you see how they sort of drop forward. Unfortunately, it'd be nice if they sit back, but you see that one's dropped forward already. But yeah, nothing, you can't really do anything about it, and I'm certainly not complaining. Now these here are red as well on the actual vehicle in the movie, and our little boot, trunk, whatever you call it, we call them the boot here in New Zealand. Put it in the boot, but I think America calls that the trunk. And yeah, this window is actually slightly different in the movie, but I'm happy with what they've given us here. Just fantastic. Just a great little set. And Zam's speeder, or yeah, I think they're speeders. This is actually a helicopter piece, and it normally is built this way, so you can't. I'll just pop these off. These pieces here, there's two of them. You can pull back on one or the other. Just pulls that pin out of there, which causes it to fall away. And that build under there locks into that piece there. So yeah, very cool, very cool. So it's come down, crashes, and they just drop off. Now, like I was saying, this is actually, I've seen it on a helicopter. I don't own one, but not printed either, and it may not have been trans black or whatever that is. Normally trans clear. And it opens up like that on the helicopter, but because they've reversed it here, it doesn't actually, because it's designed to be there and then up there, there's no actual locking for it to be down there, so this just flops around a little bit, which is a little bit of a shame, but what are you going to do? I just love this set, I really do. It's one of my favourite all-timers, and we get this fantastic print on here. Now they're not quite even, one's further forward than the other. See that gap in there? It's a little bit larger on there, but it is what it is. Now we have a clear roof piece there. I don't know what you call that is. That piece there is clear with a green print on it, which is supposed to run from this green into there and then down there. Now that orange there doesn't quite match that, but I can live with that. Now inside there, Zam gets the same you know, layout for controls. More trans clear at the back here. These are the bits that slide. They're on the rubber band. There's a rubber band on each of them, and you can pop one off or the other, or you can do both. And it just it's just fantastic. I think you can see through there to the bottom a little bit, but it's not really important. And yeah, just Just a great little build. Fantastic. They got this so close to what it is in the universe. I just can't say enough about it. It's just fantastic. I love it. I really do. So we come to our minifigures. Let's look at Zan first, because she is the coolest. The Claudite. So she comes with this old musket rifle, which looks good. You know, it's looks closer than any other gun that she actually uses in the movie. And it's nice. You know, they stopped making that piece. I don't know when, but it's old flintlock musket blaster. No back printing for the time. And this helmet was only ever cast in this colour for this set. You know, they call it a helmet with lights on it. I don't know if that's what these bumps up here are. It was used in the Power Miners initially. Actually, it could have been used all the way in 1 and 2 of the Power Miners. But yeah, that's that. I'll just pop that out, and she can have her goggles down, but she doesn't actually. The helmet looks totally different in the movie, but I just love what they've done here for what they had at the time. So I'd love to see a remake of this, because we could get a helmet that looks closer to what it's supposed to be. And there's our Claudite face, which is just fantastic. Now, I was watching M&R Productions, Ryan at M&R Productions, just a couple of days ago, I think it was. They had done a Ask M&R, and he had a whole lot of people in there with him. He was at someone else's house, and they were talking about the Bounty Hunter Pursuit being remade. And someone, I don't know if it was Lego or who, but this figure has been drawn up, and she actually had 3 faces. And one was just her without the scarf on, her with the scarf on, and then the Claudite face. And they were saying that she probably won't come with this alien face. She'll just come with that there and her normal, when she pulls this off and is thinks she's lost the boys who are actually pursuing her. And you know, Anakin jumps out of that thing there and falls onto the top of this thing here, you know, after dropping Story's feet, just falls for meters. I don't know how far it is, but yeah, there's our very cool minifig, which they actually got this print pretty smack on, and very cool. As I said, the last one I had of this, she had a big crack in the torso there, so when I saw another one, I quickly grabbed it and gave the other one away. So we've got a bit of silver in the top there, as you can see that flashing, and her details there, don't know if it's quite lining up, but I'm happy with it, and she is a great figure. Now, these guys come with a lightsaber each. The beautifully chromed hilts, which were just so cool. We actually went from these to just this coloured grey here. Slightly different because the brick had changed. The colour of bricks had changed in 2003-4, around there. But the hilt actually changed to this colour here for a while, through 2006, 2008. I'm not sure how far it went on, but by the time I started buying Lego in 2010, they were casting it in that colour, but then putting a grey. Well, they could have been cast in the colour actually. It's like a silvery grey. You know what the hilt looks like. I should have dragged one out from somewhere, but yeah. So here's Anakin with his Padawan braid, just here, coming around from the back somewhere, but no printing on there anywhere, as was how it was in the day. And black, white, look how good that white is on there. They can't do that today, that's for sure. Bit of a belt, which is silver. It looks white, but it's actually a silvery colour. That tiny little bit of print, tiny little bit of silver on his hair as well, which just so fine. And yeah, a great figure for the day, considering we were 3 years into Star Wars for Lego. And we have Obi-Wan, who looks the same as this as he does in the Starfighter, which this set here, it's the same Obi-Wan, and I'm pretty happy with them. I really am. They're definitely not the figures that they are today, and this is a girl's hair piece initially, but it works on Obi. Really does. Nothing on the back again. Just fantastic. Fantastic figures. And I'm very lucky to, like I say, I think this was adult owned, because they're as fresh as the day they came out of the former and went in the bag, and then were unbagged and opened. Now I think the smiley face is just the standard smiley face with a bit of hair printed over the top. I think Anakin's is slightly different. His mouth isn't quite as smiley, so they did change it for him, but this is our standard smiley face Lego City, whatever it was, City Centre I think was the theme at the time for City, after being town for Lego Town for so long. I think the next change was to Lego City Centre, and then we just went to Lego City. But that is the smiley face with a bit of hair printed over the top, I believe. And I don't even know if they had eyebrows on their figures back then, but yeah, that's that. So let's now in the picture on the set, they have Obi driving the speeder, but Anakin was actually driving it. He jumps out, and then Obi-Wan takes over and follows them just with himself in the car. So this picture here, Anakin shouldn't be there, it's just Obi-Wan. So I actually put them how they should be, with Anakin driving. And you can just get your finger in there to push him down, and he can hold on to those just ever so slightly, hold on to the steering columns. And his training master beside him. So that's what they look like in the car, the speeder, whatever you call it. Yeah, it's a speeder, it's not a car. So yeah, very cool. just very cool. And let's get Zam in there. Now luckily you can actually, there's nowhere for Zam's gun. Oh, I just heard my timer go off. I'm cooking rhubarb cake. That means I've been here for a little bit too long. So I'm just going to chuck them in there. And Zam, you can actually, when you drop her into her little piece there where she is seated, you can actually get the gun in. Actually, if you put the gun in first, sorry, I'm off camera. Drop the gun, and I've dropped the cockpit. That does come off quite often. This piece here, off that red Technic axle there. But if you just hold that there like that, the gun, and then pop Zam in, the gun just sits behind her there, as you can see there. Oops, camera knockage. Now her arms are up in the air a little bit just because of the bricks around here, but there she is in there. Let's put the cockpit window screen back on for her. And there she is inside. You can just see her in there. Actually, if I dump a bit more light on it, you might be able to see her a bit better. But yeah, maybe not. Oh, there she is. So yeah, very cool, very cool. I was interested to see this this round piece here, which I thought was a fairly new brick, but yeah, they had them back then. So there you go. So there we have it. And they're just chasing around each other. And just a great little set, and I am so hoping they redo this year. But you never know how lucky we could be. But yeah, people are saying it's not going to happen, but it's actually out there and they're talking about it, which is a good thing. So I don't know where the information's coming from. Like I say, I got it from M&R Productions, who has pretty good sources of information. So I like to think that he knows what he's talking about. Anyhow, there we go. Bounty Hunter Pursuit 7133. Fantastic, from 2002. And thank you if you watch this, and if you leave me a sub and you want me to sub back to you, just leave me a comment, because I can't seem to find who's subbed to me on my computer anymore like I used to be able to. But things change, and that's how it is. So if you want me to sub to you, if you sub to me, because I've got sub for a sub at the end of my videos, because that's how we share the love, just give me a comment and I'll sub to you. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Andy Bricks out, and stay safe and peace to you all.